there's something in this burn pile. And I was like, what are you talking about? And pure.
I wish more than anything gives me instead of Sam.
Identification, obviously you recognize that as well.
Yes. I do that.
And what is that? Who's that about?
Araya.
A husband is forced to face the woman who killed his bride just hours after their wedding, a mother describing the moment she realized her baby wasn't breathing, and a daughter discovering the unimaginable truth about what happened to her father. These aren't movie scenes, they're real courtroom moments that left judges, juries, and families struggling to hold back tears. These are Time's most emotional courtroom moments ever recorded.
Protect your wife. And to do anything for her. And then to lose her hours after that. Something nobody should have to go through.
April 28, 2023, South Carolina. Samantha Miller and Arik Hutchinson got married that day. Hours after the ceremony, the couple was riding a golf cart, still in their wedding clothes, when 27-year-old Jamie Komorowski drove into them at 65 miles an hour, 3 times the legal alcohol limit. Samantha was killed. Arik survived with a brain injury and broken bones. Komorowski pleaded guilty to reckless homicide and 3 counts of felony DUI. At the sentencing hearing, Arik walked to that podium to speak. And nobody in that room was ready for what came out of him. There's really nothing to say before this one.
What do you say when your world's shattered? Physically, I'm in pain every day. My face hurts, my back hurts, my feet hurt. It's a struggle to get through every day. I've seen more doctors than I can count. I've seen more therapists. More psychiatrists, done more procedures than I ever care to do. And I still feel I'm at the same point as when I found out that day. My world will be ever changed with what happened that night. I think about that night every single day. In the last moments I had with Sam on the golf cart. She told me she didn't want the night to end. And I kissed her on the forehead. And then the next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital. I see my mom's face, still wearing the wedding dress from the night before. And I knew instantly. And so I asked where's Sam. I knew she wasn't there. I wish more than anything gives me instead of Sam. I wish I died that night, so she didn't have to go alone. I wish I saw you coming, and I jumped off the golf cart so you would only run me over. And pray to God that you'd miss that golf cart. We did not get hit. We got ran through at 65 miles per hour. There's no way any 4 of us, any 3 of us should be alive.
I wish more than anything it was me instead. He said that out loud in a room full of people, on the day his wife's killer was being sentenced. That's not a line someone rehearses. That just comes out of a person who's been living in that moment every single day since it happened. Komorowski was sentenced to 25 years in prison. She'll be in her 50s when she gets out. Arik Hutchinson will be living with a brain injury and no wife for the rest of his life.
Identification, obviously you recognize that as well.
Yes. I do that.
And what is that? Who's that about?
Araya.
You're not like the decent evidence of ID.
Florida, July 19th, 2023. 10-month-old Araya Page was left in a hot car by her babysitter, 47-year-old Rhonda Jewell. Araya died. Jewell was charged with 3rd-degree felony murder and leaving a child unattended in a motor vehicle causing great bodily injury. She was found not guilty of aggravated manslaughter but convicted on the remaining charges. At trial, prosecutors called Araya's mother, Brooke Page, to the stand.
Did you and Justice have any children?
Yes,
How many children did you have?
one
Was this child a boy or a girl?
girl,
And what was her name?
Araya Page.
Was this you and Justice's first child?
Yes,
And what was Araya's date of birth?
September 4th, 2022.
She's answering the questions, composed. Just facts, one child, a girl, born September 4th, 2022. It's the next question where everything shifts, because now the attorney asks her to do something no parent should have to do in a courtroom.
So how old would she have been on July 19th of 2023, approximately?
10 months.
10 months old. Araya being 10 months old, can you just describe what she was like, what she was capable of doing at that age?
I'm so sorry. She was a very bubbly little girl. She would laugh. She was never a bad baby. She was constantly so happy, but she would stare through you like no other person. She didn't care who you were. Even me, she'd look at me and make me laugh at those little goofy looks. At that point, she was saying Dada. She was just getting to the point where she was able to pull up on stuff, like she was about to start walking. She was just so giggly and happy, so bubbly, such an outgoing baby. You would just have to see her and you would just fall in love. She kind of shoved me out the way and like just started running out the door,
Was she saying anything as she was running out the door?
screaming my name.
Jewel had just realized the baby was still in the car. She ran past Brooke without saying a word, and Brooke followed her. The prosecutor now walks her through exactly what she found.
Where does she eventually arrive?
The back passenger door of her Tahoe.
Would that be her vehicle?
Yes.
Where was her vehicle parked?
On the side of the driveway in the rocks.
So it was outside.
Yes.
Wasn't in the garage or anything like that.
No.
Did you follow her to her car?
And when I realized where she was going, yes.
When you arrived at the defendant's car, what did you see?
Araya, not breathing.
Where was Araya?
In her car seat still.
Was she still strapped in?
Yes.
Exactly where you had put her?
Yes.
You said she was not breathing.
No.
How did you know that?
Her lips were blue.
What did you do next?
I told her to call 911.
And was Araya taken out of the car?
Yes.
She told Jewel to call 911, and then Brooke made another call because there was something she needed help with that no one prepares you for in a moment like that. And the words she used when that person picked up the phone are something you don't forget.
After you called 911, who else did you call?
My mother-in-law,
And who is your mother-in-law?
Pamela Page.
Why did you call Pamela Page?
I didn't know how to do CPR.
And did you think Pamela Page would be able to do or instruct you on how to do CPR?
Yes, because she's a nurse.
She's a nurse. Okay. Do you remember what you told Pamela Page when you called her?
I told her to get here now.
Did you tell her anything about Araya?
I said Araya's dead. Or Araya's not breathing.
Your Honor, how may I approach the witness, please?
You may.
We're going to show you State's Exhibit B and State's Exhibit C. Just look at them yourself. Judge, can you approach?
Yes, you may approve.
Identification, obviously you recognize that as well.
Yes. I drew that.
What is that? Who is that
Araya.
She catches herself saying Aria's dead and immediately tries to walk it back, or not breathing. But she said it the first time. That tells you everything about where her head was at that moment. Those exhibits she was shown, most likely photos from the scene, break her all over again without a single word being spoken. Rhonda Jewell also took the stand in her own defense. And what she said on that stand is its own thing entirely.
She opened up the door and I seen her, and I was still in shock while she was there. And so she had money in her hand and her keys. And that's when I realized I didn't get the baby out of the car. I forgot the baby in the car. And so I pushed her out the way. And I was screaming, "Oh my God, Brooke, oh my God, oh my God, Brooke." And I could hear her saying, what? And I ran to the car. And I opened up the door, and she was still there. Ryan was still in the back seat.
Whether you believe this was a genuine accident or not, that's what a jury is for. Jewell was convicted and sentenced to 17 years in prison.
And he was like, "There's something in this burn pile." And I was like, what are you talking about? In pure...
Georgia, 2018. Sheriff's deputies respond to the Ferris property and find blood, a spent bullet, and Gary Wayne Ferris's charred remains in a burn pit outside, with a bullet lodged in his ribcage. His wife, Melody Walker Ferris, is convicted on all charges: malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, concealing the death of another, and making a false statement. At trial, Gary's daughter, Amanda Bruce, takes the stand. Amanda starts with who her dad was as a person. And for just a moment, there's light in the room, because Gary sounds like exactly the kind of dad you'd want.
What was your dad like?
He was great.
Take your time. I feel like we've been in this trial for a while.
He was a very smart man. I'm sorry. There was no doubt in my mind he loved all of us. He made that known, and he was very sarcastic.
Lawyers are notorious for that.
He had the lawyer personality for sure, but I mean, he was the dad that you walk down the stairs and he'd whistle and go, "You're a movie star." Or when Emily had her baby, he texted me a picture of me holding Olivia and he goes, "You're natural." Like, he was just so loving, and I can still...
That's the kind of dad he was. The contrast between who Gary was and what was done to him on that property, hits differently after hearing that. The attorney then takes Amanda to the day she went looking for her father and couldn't find him.
Now, I ask you this. Do you ever remember around this time Scott saying anything about the placement of the tractor? Did he bring that up? Did you hear that?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Where you walked?
Walked up there, and I was calling out his name, trying to find him. I was getting desperate at this point and hoping I would find him. And I just had this gut feeling that something was wrong, and I had turned and walked down the driveway, and I was standing right as the driveway dips, and Scott calls me.
On your phone?
On my phone. And I'm looking over the pond and kind of just standing there at the fence, and he goes, "Amanda," like something to the tune of like, "Daddy's in this burn pile." Either he hung up the phone or I hung up, but I immediately called Chad and I said, "You need to get here right now."
Her father, who whistled at her going down the stairs, who said, "You're a natural," when she held her niece for the first time, was in a burn pit. Melody Walker Ferris was convicted on every single charge brought against her, and Amanda Bruce has to live with that phone call for the rest of her life. That's it for today. Out of these 3 heartbreaking cases, which moment affected you the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to see more real courtroom stories like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video.